up? Wake up. It's the morning time. I want to see what type of action I get in a live stream in the morning in my time zone. So I might be catching other people in other time zones, but I typically do my live streams in the evening. But we'll see what happens. I wanted to do a live stream, maybe talking a little bit more about Bitcoin. As I recently made a portfolio section in my community, and I've noticed a lot of people have like a portfolio geared towards safety. Not necessarily Bitcoin, but a lot of the safer plays. And coincidentally, while I was just setting this live stream up, just like 2 minutes beforehand, somebody submitted their portfolio, and it seemed like 100% safety to me. I'm like, oh, interesting. Very more people than I thought have less risk in the portfolio, which is interesting. I always thought it was the opposite. Like, I try to encourage safety because a lot of people have like a portfolio that's like 90% risk, which is crazy. But yeah, very, very interesting. Interesting times. Bitcoin and everything. Bitcoin obviously made a new all-time high a few days back. A lot of things are green and trading sideways and so on, in a general uptrend. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So this article right here, Bitcoin could reach 135,000 soon, Standard Chartered. They're saying by next week. Now this article was, so I found this on the weekend, right? This article was just published on Friday. And they're saying next week, so which is rather interesting. I think that it's been weird. The last few months I've been saying Bitcoin is going to be rather disappointing this year. And this is all part of an extended dollar cycle. And, you know, this is not really going to be the crypto top. You know, it's probably going to be in 2027 and so on. But we're going to have some good years and some good run-ups. But I've been saying that Bitcoin is going to be rather disappointing. But about a week ago, either in a regular video or in a live stream, I compared, I don't know if I'll do it right now, but I took the measurement tool and I compared the Trump pump of last cycle I compared the September low to the Bitcoin's all-time high during the Trump pump, during the last run-up. And also I compared the September high to Bitcoin's all-time high during the last run-up, and I got, you know, in the area of 60 to 90% increase and so on. So I was like, if I run the same numbers right now, and if you apply the same thesis to, you know, Bitcoin's increase, if it's equivalent to what happened last year, 1 year ago during the Trump pump, Bitcoin is going to get to 196K. And that is being relatively conservative. And I was like, so it's going to be, so based on that alone, it's a lot higher than my estimate of 150K if it goes to 196K. And that's not taking into consideration that global banks, central banks around the globe, have been pumping their money supplies, increasing liquidity, even though it hasn't been happening in the United States. But even though the United States is the world's global reserve currency, the world's largest currency, you know, the dollar is the biggest currency in the world. If you combine all the other central banks around the world, it's significant. And global liquidity has been pumping the entire year. And it wasn't doing that before the previous run-up during the end of last year. So you got more money that's going to be flowing into risk-on assets, combined with the fact that we had, 3 rate cuts last year, but it only brought us down to 4.5%. during the Trump pump, right? But now we have a rate cut that we just got. More than likely, we're going to get 2 more. So all of that is going to fuel the crypto market. In addition to that, we have an insane amount of ETFs. They're going to be hitting the market starting within just a few weeks. So I don't know, man. I found it unbelievable that Tom Lee and Arthur Hayes say that Bitcoin is going to reach 250K, but taking into consideration all of that, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, and this Standard Chartered, this is like a global financial services bank or so on. It's not really known in North America, but it's based in London, and it's known to do a lot of business in Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. But we'll see what happens. So based on this, we're gonna not only, you know, did we reach an all-time high with Bitcoin a few days back, but we're gonna reach another all-time high within this week. So hopefully that happens. So yeah. Yeah, I've observed shitcoin, and it's a new one too, because there was a shitcoin. I thought it was the same one that was from like a year ago, but it's actually not. It's like completely like a brand. This shitcoin that came out, I think it's just like brand new as of like a couple months ago. And yeah, I know it's been getting a lot of centralized exchanges. I mean, I didn't buy into it, and I think what happened was I saw it. And I was like, okay, that's an old coin. I didn't realize that I was looking at a newer one, so I didn't consider it when it was much lower market cap. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it would be pretty damn good. We'll see. I'm sure a lot of people have already made a lot of money on it. I saw its chart; it's been skyrocketing, right? What else we got going on? I wanted to examine this. So this is I was always using this in the past, alternative me. This is a fear and greed index. So you look at this and you're like woohoo, right? And you've got fear and greed index is now 71 now, but it says yesterday was 74. So I'm like, I don't think this is this high. So then I go explore the fear and greed index indicator on CoinMarketCap, and it's only at 59, and I'm like, this seems more realistic. So it's like, okay, 59. Whoop. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think the market sentiment is at 71. So this is the first time I've seen such a contrast in these numbers between these two different sites. I think in the past it was normally we use this, but I don't know. Oh, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I mean, I think we're still at neutral. We're in neutral territory. But however, if you want to, this is what caused me to open up Google Trends now. Like if I just search for altcoins in Google Trends and I come up with, you know, we're seeing some action over the last, you know, couple of weeks now. When it comes to maybe people searching and doing and looking out, and you know, basically nothing beforehand. We have this spike here. I don't know what happened that day, but I don't know. Is it a 71 or is it a 59? I don't know. We'll figure it out soon enough. It could very well be a lot higher, and you know, like Bitcoin reaches 135K this week, it could be like a whole lot higher. So we'll see. And these in the Google Trends data will be a lot higher as well. What's going on? Yeah, I'm doing an early stream. I want to see what I can do with serving different people in different time zones. Maybe 12-hour difference. I normally do when I stream, I normally do it like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern time. U.S. Eastern time, but I would imagine that if I do that, any of my bros out there in Europe and Africa and everything, everybody's out there sleeping. So, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can do 2 a day. I might be pushing it, but we'll see. Or I can alternate 1 in the morning and the next day and next time in the evening. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know about this alternative me. I think I'm going to stick with CoinMarketCap, at least for now. When it comes to fear and greed index, Google Trends, keep an eye on that. It's always good to keep an eye on Google Trends to see what's going on. You can search for different things, like crypto news. I don't know, see what's going on. Past 30 days. Actually, people searching for crypto news is actually down. So yeah, maybe the fear and greed index is actually neutral. So we'll see. But what else we got going on? What's all the yeah. Yeah, with BTC hitting new all-time highs, El Salvador's holdings are now 775 million, up 150% from total spend of 300 million. Yeah, that is awesome. You know, it's funny. I watched there was a video one time somebody made. I think it was like El Salvador in 2050, and the video was like going through this gigantic city that looks sort of like out of Star Wars, out of Jesus, I can't believe this. The home planet in Star Wars were Coruscant? I don't know. I can't remember actually right now. Man, it's been a while since I watched Star Wars, even though I was a big fan back in the day. But yeah, like, you know, well, the city this huge and everything's flying all over the place. And everybody's like, this is El Salvador in 2050 because they're the first to adopt Bitcoin and crypto. So I was like, yeah, interesting. I'm like, yeah, maybe, you never know. They're going to be like super, super rich, insanely rich. It's going to be like when people think of places like Singapore and all these, you know, really, you know, high producing countries. You know, El Salvador is going to be one of those. Yeah, come to think of CoinMarketCap being more reliable too, because I don't know, that number is really strange on the other one. I used to always go there up until like 6 months ago, like back in the day, but now it's like, you can see the contrast. What else we got going on? BNB flips 1200 recorded a new all-time high. Yeah, that is awesome. So if anybody doesn't know, yeah, me and my community, we've been finding all these tokens on BNB network, and we have been crushing it, man. Oh my god. I mean, not only with BNB, we've been pulling out some amazing picks. Like, what you have? We had like two 14x's over the weekend, along with another 8x. And it was like, you know, with all different chains, but yeah, BNB, we've been pulling out a lot of good ones. Obviously, MYX, yeah, we did a 550x with MYX and a few others, quite a few others. Speaking of that, let me show you guys, for those of you who don't know what we're doing. So one of those plays that we crushed it with, right? Agent AI. This is what we pulled out. I'm not going to tell everyone. I'm not going to expose all my picks publicly until they keep pumping, because those are from my members. But look at this, right? We got in way back here, man. Like, whoa. Yeah. That's why you got to click the link in the description below when you get in on plays like this. It's like, we are like being overwhelmed with all the software that we got, just pulling out these plays. Absolutely overwhelmed. And I'm telling my members, it's like, yo, you got to get in on it. Some of them are like just not catching all of them. And like one person said, it's like a full-time job. I'm like, dude, we're going to be doing that full-time job on this beautiful yacht, one of these yachts one day, man. So yeah, get in on it. Like the number of good plays that get plucked out of my community by these really highly advanced bots are just only going to increase, and it's only going to be more accurate. So imagine what it's going to be like next year. We're like leaps and bounds over what we did last year, and last year was like amazing. Look, I'll show you. I mean, look at all these. Look at all this from the last run up. We get 86x on Farcoin, 70x on Nero. This is Dasha. Yeah, Peanut. Yeah, this is like, if anybody can find a community as top performing as mine, I've had it open for over a year. You get $500. I'll send it to you. It's easy money. You connect with me on X, follow me, send me a comment. I'll follow you back. All right, this is my profile. Show me the community. I'll join it. And if it has what I got, you got yourself $500. No. Uh, no. It's just we have I'm running servers. I got servers running. It's not something you can run on your end. Um, you get reports in different channels. Uh, each bot, I hate to call it a bot because so many engineering hours went into making them, but has different algorithms. So if one doesn't find a good pick, the other one might. And we get reports in Discord about these about the coins that we can play, and then we have a chat where we talk about it, and we decide if we want to just give it a go. Sometimes we say, okay, it's probably in our best interest to give it a pass because maybe it's not a good one and so on. But yeah, and not only that, we got swing trading software where you can actually log in to this website. Like we have a members section, so yeah, you can log in here through the WOP community. This is the WOP that you join, and yeah, prices are still very low by comparison to all the other communities charge like $150, $200 a month, and I got so much more than everybody else. So it's a good reason to keep raising the price with the type of track record we got going on. But yeah, for example, here's another one that we did. This MYX, we did an MYX. We did a 550X in 4 months on MYX. Like Advantage, we did a 10X in 10 days. A few of them. There was like over the weekend, we did a 14X on a play that was only 3 days like only after 3 days after I called it. We did a 14X 3 days later on the weekend. Whatchamacallit? Wait a minute, right here. Yeah, this one right here. We did that 14X after 7 days. As you can see. Yeah, it's amazing. Tutorial. Did a 94X at the top with this one. Bought it. You can see how it pumped. This is like all the way back here from March. This is like, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is what we got. And I was swing trading it this whole time. So that 94X for me was more like a 200X because I kept, selling high, buying back in low, selling high, buying back in low, using my software that helps us swing trade, that accessible through here. And it's been absolutely amazing. Truly going to be sailing on a gigantic yacht with my members very, very soon. With the amount of money we're making, Jesus. Anyways, yeah, this is tutorial on BNB. I have no idea what it really is. It's more like something to do with education. Obviously, it's called tutorial. But if it pumps to the moon, why not? It makes us a ton of money. Yeah, going through Bitcoin news. I was really wanting to talk about Bitcoin and the safer plays and so on. 6 billion open door. CEO says they will enable buying a home using Bitcoin and crypto. Yeah, this is very interesting. I've seen these videos, people comparing Bitcoin to buying a house, and how a few years ago it would cost a few hundred Bitcoin to buy a house, and now it's like 2 or 3 Bitcoin to buy a house, and so on. I first came across this concept a few years ago. Maybe not a few years ago. It was right before Trump got elected, and we were like dealing with this insane price inflation with eggs, and it was like all these memes were going around where, buy your wife or your girlfriend something expensive for Valentine's Day, get her a dozen of eggs, things like that, because like the price of eggs were like more than double than what they were like a year prior. And I was listening to this podcast, not related to crypto. It was just like a philosophy podcast, and the guy in the podcast, just happened to be a Bitcoin maxi, and he was just, people were talking about their eggs, costing so much with inflation. And he's like, really? He's like, for me, eggs have decreased by about 90%. They're like 1/10. They're like 1/10 what they were, because if I compare it using my Bitcoin, prices just going down. So interesting concepts. I think that was the first time I heard something like that. I was like, wow. So if I compare the price of all this stuff to crypto, and it's like everything around me, everything everywhere is just getting cheaper to buy. It's becoming more and more easy to live. So that's pretty cool. I can't say the same for Casper, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't say the same for Casper because Casper has been not only trading sideways, but sort of like on a downward trend. Because it's been almost 2 years now since I made my first move on Casper. I remember it was about 4 cents. I think it was in the end of October. And then like a couple weeks later, it was November, it was like 9 cents. And it was like, for me, that was when I started buying it. I was like, ah. And for me, it never went below 10 cents again. And then suddenly this year, like almost like a little over a year later, right, during like the whole tariff fiasco and tariff season, is like, you know, it's down to like 7 cents and 6 cents. And I'm like, so if I want to judge the price of eggs, if I want to buy it with Casper, eggs are actually getting more expensive, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's not good. But I do want to say I still haven't sold any of my Casper. It is my biggest bag. But I've noticed something, and I've compared it with Toshi, right? Toshi, I've been stacking Toshi for, I don't know, maybe like 2 years now, like since, you know, first half of last year. I'm just buying like 50, 100 bucks on Toshi when there's a very low market cap. And sort of like towards the end of the year, people were getting frustrated and whining about Toshi. And, you know, I started seeing that people just like second half of last year, like Toshi isn't going anywhere, right? And then Toshi got coin market cap, and it's like, whoa, you know, pumped to like 800 million market cap. It did like I think it's just like a week prior, Toshi was like 50 million, and when the news came that it's going to get coin market cap, it pumped to like 100 million or something like that. And then when a week after that, when it actually got listed on Coinbase. Why am I saying coin market cap? It was going to be listed. Yeah, obviously it had a page on coin market cap. It was like the news came out that it was going to get listed on Coinbase, and it pumped to 100 million. Then a week later, it got listed on Coinbase, and it went to like 800 million. And it's like, now everybody loves Toshi, and it's the biggest play, you know, and it's going to be Brett. So you have to think, when people start whining and start selling, that's usually the time when it's going to moon, and you're going to get a lot of people who are sorry who sold. So that's my thoughts about Casper right there. So we'll see what's going to happen. I still haven't sold yet. Good morning. Yeah. $600 is a little steep. What are you saying, for their lifetime? No. You see, this is a thing. I get people accusing me of being other people. Like I'm trying to. I got somebody. Is it this one? I still have it open. I'm not going to let this go. I'm totally not going to let this thing go. Like this post right here. Oops, did I click the wrong thing? Right? I was like, my Discord members at a 10x in 10 days on Advantis. And I got some chucklehead. I got some chucklehead right here. Tell me that, hold on. Can this scroll? Oh, yeah, okay. Tell me that I'm trying to copy Crypto Archie. And I'm like, did he do a 550x on MYX as well? What about a 94x on tutorials? Some KOLs may have some good calls, but none have as many as I do. Now, Crypto Archie charges $200 a month. And all of my calls, all my tech that's available for my members, and the number of calls and the amount of multipliers, just blow everybody, just blow him away. Let me just put this back into position. Yeah. So it's I'm at this point right now where the track record is noticeable by everybody. It's just really totally noticeable. So in a few weeks, you're probably going to see this at $200 a month, and these are going to increase because now it's just like, I mean, I'm getting, I gotta get some more reviews. I mean, I got people in my group saying this is like the best group ever, but they haven't made a review yet. So come on, you guys, let's do it. Just make a just write a review. I know how it is sometimes. Sometimes I really love something and I think it's a great service, but I just don't go and write a review. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get some of these guys to write a review, and write another review. But yeah, the track record is there. So yeah, it's rather cheap. Where was I? Yeah, I was talking about this and all this. Yeah. What's going on, Joe? Yeah, good morning. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to see. Obviously, everybody's saying good morning to me, so that's huh? 699 is, yeah, 649. Hey, it's not 600. 649. Yeah, it's gonna be like 3,000 in a couple months. If you think about all these other communities and all these like well-known, I don't want to name them all, right? Obviously, I'm naming Crypto Archie because somebody's accusing me of copying him, but all these well-known communities, they charge like 150 or 200 bucks a month or some, you know, it's just, and it's crazy. And their calls, and you know, their calls are like nothing by comparison to mine. And they don't have any software offerings. Like when I went into this, I was like, it's not going to be just another community where I just make good calls and members just join and they chat with each other. I'm gonna make a community where members get in. Yeah, they can chat with each other, but they can do all this other stuff. They have access to all this other stuff, you know, this swing trading software and all these bots and these all-time high alerts, you know, that let us know that it might be a good time to take profit. You know, there might be a coin that's pumping, but you forgot about it, you know, this particular day. But if you receive an alert saying it just hit an all-time high, you're like, damn, let me jump on the computer and just, you know, just take some profits. So things like that. And it just list goes on and on with the amount of tech we got. So yeah. Yeah, you see what I mean? This is Joe. He says, just kidding, you're worth every penny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I mean, we're all awesome together. This is the point. I mean, this picture, this is actually rather beautiful, this yacht. But this doesn't even do it justice, the type of yacht that I want to get. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. See how it goes. Because I truly believe that this cycle is not going to top out until 2027. And we're going to have multiple run-ups and multiple chances to make tons of money each run-up. So I think it's going to be awesome the next couple of years. So, yeah. The calm before the storm. Yeah, I know. We're going to be actually crushing it. I mean, the amount of, like I was just talking about all-time high alerts. So you're going to see like continuous flow of all-time high alerts from all my calls. Just like, it's going to be overwhelming. Like I had somebody comment, like he said, it's a full-time job. I sent a message out to everybody saying, I'm feeling a little sad that I'm getting a lot of messages. A lot of you guys aren't getting all these calls. And one response was, you know, it's like a full-time job. There's just so many good calls coming out of my community. Like imagine being in a group where you're getting like these like 5, 10, 20, 50x plays like almost every day sometimes. It depends on the week, right? maybe once a week, twice a week, or maybe like twice a day, man. It's just unreal because all we do, we scan like thousands of coins every single day, just scanning. You have these servers that I'm paying for. They're being hosted at IBM and so on. Yeah, it's like there's really a huge back end behind the Discord that you see. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Banks are closed all weekend. Bitcoin never closes. Yeah. I mean, that is a good point. Simple and straight to the point. But yeah, like, I guess the point is like, we don't need the banks. I remember I think it was Eric Trump or one of the Trumps. It was Donald Trump Jr. I remember one of them was talking, at a conference one somewhere. And he was saying that the reason why they're into crypto was because when they were doing all that, what do you call it? The canceling of people, when they were canceling everybody who was a conservative or just who anybody who just didn't agree with the group think. If you're familiar with these terms like collectivism and things, I guess if you read like Ayn Rand and stuff like that, the opposite of individualism, and basically anybody who disagrees with the mob, gets silenced. Hopefully, we're not at a day yet when people get killed. So you gotta put a stop to that. But when they were doing all these cancellations with Trump, he said something like the banks cancel their accounts to like multiple golf courses that they own around the country, just canceled like out of the blue. The banks cancel their accounts. I remember, and I do remember that. I remember people getting their bank account closed just because they were selling like Trump t-shirts or something. Especially PayPal. PayPal absolutely sucks. But just the crazy cancellations. And what happened was the Trumps, they got into crypto after that because with they were saying that with crypto you can't do that. You can't just close down your somebody else's business. Like a bank has all this power to just shut you down. But if you're doing your business in crypto, like with Bitcoin, that's not possible. So the banks are whining when it comes to crypto. I mean, there's all these other things that the banks are whining about things that are going to be happening when it comes to the crypto markets and so on. And they're whining and crying because they're going to lose their power. And it's their own fault. They did it, right? It's like the Trumps got into crypto. And, these super PACs were created with, all these crypto exchanges were, Coinbase and everybody else, they're, worth billions of dollars, got behind the Trumps. And it was the deciding factor of, helping Trump get into office. So for the Trumps, it was like, fuck around and find out. So now the banks are meeting their doom. So I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing for everybody here. Good thing for all of us, because we are going to be making tons of money. And it means that we are like super, super early. Like I can you imagine 2027, a $30 trillion crypto market cap? It's just insane. Like if Bitcoin increases, like I was just saying when I started talking at the beginning of this live stream, if Bitcoin increases by, 60% from September's high, we're looking, if I compare it to the previous run-up of last year, if just that happens conservatively, we're talking about 196K Bitcoin this year. So we'll see how it goes. I've been under the belief the last few months, the Bitcoin is going to be very disappointing. It may not top over 150, but it could be. We got better conditions than last year. If it did that 60% increase from September's high or 90% increase from September's low, over the next few months, last year, we have better market conditions. We have an insane amount of ETFs that are going to be coming into the market, right? The FCC removed some rule that is going to allow these institutions to create a bunch of ETFs like really, really fast. So we got the inflows of monies coming in from the ETF starting in just a few weeks. We have global liquidity around, around the world. There's going to be pumping into the crypto market, pumping assets in general. And yeah, I mean, we got some really awesome stuff. Yeah, you just joined. Yeah, appreciate it. Good to have you here, man. One thing I'll let you know, like some of my members that joined like in the last few weeks, they joined, and then I raised like the lifetime and the yearly, and I told them don't worry about it because they wanted to upgrade, and I'm like, don't worry about it. When you upgrade, I could hook you up with the previous pricing tier. So yeah, if you can only join a month right now, and then next month all the prices are raised, I mean, you can get in with your current pricing tier. Just send me a message. Yeah, some wild times ahead, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is we got some good stuff. Like I said, I think that's all for now. Like I said, when I started this live stream, I just wanted to note that yeah, I've noticed a lot of in the portfolio reviews channel, a lot of people have these really safe portfolios. So I'm like, yeah, let me just jump on and talk about Bitcoin. Just talk about some of the stuff going on without actually talking about Casper. So normally talk about Casper and meme coins, right? He said, I asked about the software. It was downloadable because I heard stories of other people disappearing after a while. I'll trust your motives. I've been watching for about a year now. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, no, there's nothing downloadable. I don't know if, oh, I see what you mean. You're concerned that, you're concerned that, you join a community, have access to the software, and then the community closes and you lose access to the software or something like that. Okay, I see what you mean. I'm not going anywhere. I'm definitely not going anywhere. If that's your concern. But yeah, thanks for being not only a subscriber, but now a member. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, the community is growing. We're doing some good stuff. And yeah, I the funny thing is, like, when I say I'm not going anywhere, I think of a few things. Like I have members that like, how many members I got? Right here, right? 79. There's a good 10 of them that were active like a year ago and even traded DMs. And I don't know, like I've been reaching out to them, and their users just like offline. So I'm like, I hope they're okay. There's quite a few of them. I was like, knock on wood, I hope they're okay. You never know what happens to people, but it's kind of sad because, if they've been a member for so long, and then right now is, this run up is happening, we're making tons of money, and if they're not making it, I feel kind of sad. But I mean, I hope they're okay. I remember one time, like, you never know what could happen with people. I remember one time a few years back, I had to resolve a matter with like a code enforcer with in a neighboring town. We had like a mutual problem that we wanted to help each other out, and we were supposed to meet up. And I was calling him one time. It was like, and he just wasn't calling me back. I was like, I don't know what happened. So now I was just in town, just having breakfast at the counter one time with this little breakfast shop, breakfast and luncheonette and so on. And I was like, yeah, what's his face? He's not getting back to me. I don't know. He just disappeared. And the woman behind the counter was like, yeah, he's in the hospital with throat cancer. I'm like, oh my God. You never know. Sometimes people, when they don't get back to you, they're not avoiding you. Sometimes like something happened. People have heart attacks, people get into car accidents, things like that. So I hope everybody's okay. If you're watching this live, let me know. I've been trying to contact some of these members. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's why I asked. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere, man. As long as I don't, I don't even want to say it. As long as I don't croak. That's the original word I know. Croak is when you die, as long as you don't croak. But obviously, croak is one of my favorite KRC20 tokens. But so I don't croak, get into an accident or something. I'm here to stay. But yeah. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna cut off the stream. Maybe I'll come on. I'll sign on. Like, I want to do this like really awesome and funny and interesting live stream. I already have the story and everything together. I mean, maybe I'll do that tonight. So you might see 2 live streams from me today. So we'll see. So it could be roughly in like 10 hours from now, more or less. So. Again, thanks. Yeah, knocked on wood. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll recover. I just think overall, KRC, not only KRC20s, but I think Caspa is just in a hole right now. So I think it'll be fine. In the long run, it'll be fine, I think. We'll be doing good. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys later.